Hi, this is Annie Gidros with our Spring Stitch With Me Challenge, where we learn 30 stitches in 30 days. Be sure to like, share, follow, comment, subscribe, so you don't miss a thing. Let's get started. Welcome back, and today we are going to do our block stitch. This is going to be a lot of fun. It is a 2-row repeat with a foundation row, so we will be working a few rows back and forth today. First thing we're going to do is tie in our new color and leave an in to weave in. First thing we're going to do is tie in our color, leaving an in to weave in, chain 1, turn our work, and now we're going to set up our foundation row, which is just going to be double crochets in every stitch. And then we will have a 2-row repeat. Okay, double crochet all the way to the end of your blanket, and I'll see you back to show you the first repeat. Okay, I have reached the end of the foundation row now of double crochets, and it's important to note that since this is a sampler, we may all have a different set of stitches, but it's really important that when we go into our next set of stitches that you have multiples of 3. So not counting the first stitch or the turning chain from your previous row here, you'll want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way to the end, and make sure you end with a multiple of 3. Okay, with that being said, we're going to now turn our work and do our first repeat row. You will not chain. All you will do is a single crochet into that first stitch, and that will help keep your edges nice and clean. Now, your second stitch is going to be what we did yesterday. It's going to be one of those spike stitches where we go down to the next row. So instead of going into the next stitch for your single crochet, you're going to go down between the post, between your double crochet posts. Do a single between the post. Okay, now that you've done the single crochet between the posts, you're going to chain 2, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet between the next posts. Okay, then we're going to chain 2, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet between the posts. Oops. Skip 3 stitches and single crochet between the posts. Okay, now we're going to chain 2, skip 3 stitches or 3 posts, single crochet between the posts. Chain 2, skip 3 stitches, and single crochet between the posts. we will repeat this pattern to the end of the row. Again, chain 2, skip 3 stitches, single crochet between the post, chain 2, skip 3 stitches and single crochet between the post. Okay, keep doing this and I will see you at the other end. Okay, I am to the end of my first repeat row, and you can see how we're already starting to kind of section off our stitches in groups of 3, and this will be even more evident after the next repeat row. In the end, I fell short. I have 2 left instead of 1, or instead of 3, but that's okay. For the sake of this sample blanket, the pattern, it's not going to mess anything up. So to end it, what you're going to do is you're going to go into the top of that final double with a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 3, and we're going to turn our work and do our second repeat row. Okay, when you turn your work, you're immediately going to look for that first chain 2 space, and that is where you're going to work in this entire row. So you're just going to do 3 double crochets into that chain 2 space. And then you're immediately going to yarn over and do 3 double crochets into the next chain 2 space. And that is the repeat for our repeat row 2 all the way across. You simply do 3 double crochets into every chain 2 space. Now, you can now see how it's starting to section off those 3 double crochets into blocks. And as this pattern builds, you'll see that more and more and more. Also, this is a great stitch for alternating colors. Had I done that repeat row 1 in white, that would stand out so beautifully right here. I just didn't do that for the sake of this sample blanket. But there's lots of videos on YouTube where they alternate the colors, and it's absolutely beautiful, gorgeous for a blanket. But for now, I'm just going to continue this repeat, doing 3 doubles in each chain 2 space, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, we have come to the end of that second row repeat now, and it has made these absolutely gorgeous blocks. And if you can imagine this in different colors, it would just be so fun. This would make such a fun kids blanket, or even a sweater pattern. But to end the row, after you do your last set of 3 double crochets, you're going to turn your work slightly and look at the previous row and find the last single crochet. So if you see I have 1 V here, 1 V here, this is the stitch we're going to work into. It might be a little tight, but you're just going to work 1 double crochet into that last stitch. There we go. Okay, now that row is complete. If you wanted to do another repeat row 1, you would not chain, you would simply turn your work a single into this first stitch, and then work a single in between the post, chain 2, and complete that pattern as we did before. However, I am going to bind off at this point so that we have a clean row of these doubles to start with tomorrow, and I will see you then.